Hello everybody, hope you're all well. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to a brand new video. Happy January to you. I hope your new year has got off to a good start. Look who is behind me here. We have Mittens sitting up on this little table. She doesn't normally sit up there, so I'm not sure whether she just wants to be in on the video. I thought I'd sit here with the door open with the stairs in the background, because sometimes when I film in the corner of the living room, you can hear Pumpkin and Mittens chasing up and down the stairs, but you don't get to see them. So I thought perhaps if I left the door open today, you might catch a glimpse of them if they do decide to run up and down the stairs today. So I just thought today we would have a little bit of a catch up. It is the first week of January at the time that I'm filming this, and I'm sat here at the table, which doubles up as my desk, and I've got an itchy nose. So we're off to a great start in January. Not sure why my nose is itching. I did just slap on a little bit of bronzer because I thought I was looking a bit peaky for the old YouTube. So I thought I'd slap on a bit of bronzer and try and look a bit more human, but I don't think it's done the job and it's just made my nose itch. So there we go. But I hope you're really well. I hope you've had a good start to the year. I'm having a very slow start to the year. I have still felt a little bit rotten, rubbish, rundown, whatever you want to call it. So I'm pressing on, but I'm also taking it easy because I've realised that I probably should have had a bit more rest at the time of having the cold, and I think it's prolonged everything. So I'm managing to get stuff done, but then after a little while I just feel like a little sit down, potentially a nap. That's the vibe at the moment. I think lots of you are probably feeling exactly the same. I know December can be completely frantic, and then you get through Christmas and New Year and it's all the festivities, and then it's like January's here. And we're expected to have New Year's resolutions. We're expected to be going on to diets and going out for runs. Well, let me tell you now, none of that is happening around here. I did mention it, I think it was in my previous video. I see January as very much still the middle of winter, although the days are getting lighter now. And actually in London today, we have beautiful blue skies outside. So I'm going to probably go out for a nice gentle stroll later. That is the mood here. Last night was incredibly windy. We've had a storm come to the UK, and yeah, it's been quite a big one. There's been scaffolding that's been blown down, there's been trees that have been blown over, and yeah, it's been very, very windy here in London, and I'm sure it has wherever you are in the UK. So I hope your garden and your roof is okay. I hope everything's all right where you are. Oh, there's Pumpkin. So he might pop down. You have to keep your eye out for him in the background. And I did light a candle, but that's not in shot. We're off to such a strong start, everybody. I hope you're feeling it here. There we go. We just pop it there. Pumpkin, come and say hi to everybody. They've missed you. He'll be down in a minute, I'm sure. So I've made myself a coffee, and I'm just going to bend your ear off. I've written a bit of a list, and I just thought we'd have a little catch up here at the table. So this week has been very admin heavy. I'm actually looking down at my notebook. This notebook, by the way. Pumpkin, what are you doing? He's just sat out in the hallway meowing at me. What are you doing? He's gone bonkers. He just jumped up the wall. You know when cats try and like climb a wall? He just did that. I've never seen him do that before. What are you doing? What? I hope you can hear this, otherwise it probably just looks like I'm talking to myself. We'll have to continue, and if Pumpkin carries on, I'll have to go and get him and bring him in to say hello to everybody. Right, I'm gonna get him. 2 seconds. What are you doing? Being a big meower. That's what you're doing. Say Happy New Year to everybody. He's off. So yeah, as I was saying, it's been very admin heavy this year. I've got my new notebook, the one that I picked up in Poundland, which I'm loving, and now I'm covered in cat fur, so the itchy nose situation is only getting worse, so I'll probably be sneezing shortly. Yeah, I picked this up in Poundland. It is so nice to write on, and that's why I love this one so much. It's got the right amount of squish when you write on it, and also all the lines are just perfect. They're not too heavy. I've had some notebooks where the lines have been way too heavy and also slightly too spaced out, so when you write on it, it doesn't look neat, regardless of how neat your handwriting is. If that even makes sense, I don't know. I feel like my brain isn't working properly yet, so You will have to bear with me a little bit in this video, but yeah, I've written a bit of a list of things to catch up with you on, and we're 5 minutes in, and I feel like I've just spoken nonsense for 5 minutes. That could be the vibe for 2024. It probably will be. There he goes. What are you doing? So, as I was saying, it has been very admin heavy. I am planning for the year ahead, basically. So I'm starting to think a little bit about my YouTube channel. Not too much, obviously, because my brain's not working yet. But also the different platforms that I use. So I'm thinking about how I use Instagram, how I hardly use TikTok, and what I do here on YouTube as well, and how I can kind of improve on that and also continue to do the things that I know that people enjoy, but also maybe mix in some things that might be a bit different or a little bit new. Nothing crazy. I was looking at my YouTube, and YouTube also makes suggestions to me, so it will suggest videos that it thinks that I should be doing, and one of those things was going back to maybe doing some how-to videos, or videos that I guess kind of have longevity. I think recently I've been doing a lot of vlogs, which I absolutely love doing, but YouTube is saying to me, those are great, and people are coming back to watch those, so I'm guessing you're enjoying those as kind of a weekly thing. And then there's also videos like the Come Shopping With Me and the boot sale vlogs that kind of are regular videos that majority of my viewers seem to like, but YouTube's suggesting that I go back to doing some of the videos that I actually started doing really early on in my channel. So that was things like how to paint kitchen cupboards, how to look after your houseplants, those kind of videos, which I guess then are videos that sort of sit on my channel. They will be put on, I think, if I do them as a bonus video rather than in place of a Sunday vloggy vlog. I suppose I haven't done them recently because I've always thought they might just feel a bit random now, because I do kind of more vlog style videos and a lot more shopping content, thrifting and all that kind of stuff, and then to suddenly put up a how to bleed your radiator might feel a little bit random. But also, it's the videos that I search for myself on YouTube. I'm sure you do the same, and they can be really helpful. So that's kind of where my half scrambled brain is at with YouTube, but videos will continue as usual. I will be bringing you Sunday videos every single week, and I'll probably be doing a midweek or even 2 midweek uploads when I can on a Wednesday, or if I've got 2, it'll probably be a Tuesday, Thursday. We'll crack on with that. So YouTube's pretty similar really, but yeah, if you're into the how-tos, and also if you want to suggest any that you think would be useful for yourself, for other viewers here, fun to film, that I could do for you, that you would like me to do as tutorials, I'm all ears. Also, with Instagram, I'm a bit hit and miss on there, so I think I'm just gonna sit down and plan that better. And again, I think that could be a space where I am sharing more kind of value content, so maybe a bit more of my tips and tricks and my hacks. Maybe my cleaning tips could go over there. Anything that kind of can be short form and helpful to people, I think would be useful. And also I just want to have fun over there again and enjoy the fashion and that kind of thing. I love thrifting my clothes. I think I managed to, last year, pretty much all of my television wardrobe was all secondhand, vintage, charity shop, boot sale finds. Have you seen the news, by the way, if you are a vintage seller and an eBay seller or on any of those sites, Depop, where the tax has come in now, hasn't it? So I think the government is saying that if you earn over £1,000 in a year, which I think works out at £87 a month, if you earn over that, you are now responsible to declare it for tax. Apparently the government are now kind of clamping down on that and finding people's details through these apps, and will be checking through HMRC. So something to be aware of. I just thought I'd mention that because I know lots of you do use those platforms. Why is my battery giving up on me when it was fully charged? Let me just switch that. There we go. I'm not sure why my battery just died so quickly. One thing I do need to do early this year is upgrade some of my equipment. So I think the camera that you're watching me on will be upgraded. So sentimental to me, and I'm looking at it and it's so bashed up and battered, but it's been with me a long time, and I feel like it's where all of you live. I'll keep it probably as my kind of second rough and ready camera, but I do need to upgrade that. Also, I'm going to be looking into getting a new laptop as well. Why is this This battery's saying it's on its way out as well now. I've just charged it. Oh, Happy New Year. My tree's still up, by the way. I feel like this is the mood for this first week of January, isn't it? 2 fully charged batteries and they are drained already. What is going on? Oh my goodness. Let me know how your new year has started in the comments, please. I would love to know how you're getting on. Are you somebody that eases in like me, or are you somebody that is decorations put away, fresh start, everything clean and tidy, out for a run on the green juice, good to go? I would love to know. Also, have you set any New Year's resolutions? I feel like my brain hasn't even had a chance to catch up and think about those sort of things just yet. So yeah, it's early days for me. I'm gonna thoroughly embrace this winter, and those sort of things will come in gradually as we head into spring. I'm so excited that the days are getting lighter. I don't know what's going on. That battery just suddenly was fully charged again, so here we are. As I was saying, I am cracking on with the admin. I have been doing my new spreadsheet for the year. So every year I do a spreadsheet. It's a very simple one, but it keeps track of all the jobs that I do throughout the year. So any different client that I work with, any TV work, any work on Instagram, any sponsorships on YouTube, any radio, anything basically. Anything that I am doing that goes onto that spreadsheet, and I just have a really simple system where it basically just says client or brand or job, or you know, that's that bit. And then I have a bit that says what the fee is. I have a date for kind of any, when I need to upload it or when it's happening, and then I have whether I've invoiced or not. I think that's pretty much it. Like, it is a super simple spreadsheet, but it just helps me keep track of everything. And I have my notes, and that's the most important bit. And in there I can write just basically any notes to myself to remember about that particular job. So I can put things in that section like what dates it would need to be live or delivered by, or you know, if the content needs to be approved, that sort of thing. I put those in that column. I don't complicate it, I just keep things simple. And I also put notes in there when I've completed the job as to what a particular client or brand or whatever it was like to work with, if there's anything that I would maybe change if I work with them again in the future, that kind of thing, so that if they come back around again, I can just refer to it really quickly and easily, and you know, have some notes for the next time. So that's how I do it, and I've started that one. I've got a few bits in there already, which is great. And yeah, that's my kind of bit of organisation for the year. And I've also gone through the 2023 one, so I can track things on there, have a look at my finances, see what's been paid, what hasn't been paid, chase up any late invoices, that sort of thing. So I've just been going over that and trying to get that one all ticked off, so I can just kind of leave that one back in 2023. But obviously with things like payment processes and stuff, some of it kind of overlaps into this year. So I've got like a little column at the bottom, and I've got a little section as well where I just push jobs that have gone away. So I keep them on the spreadsheet, so I know everything that's come in, but I also, if something hasn't worked out for whatever reason, it's still on there, so that then again, if they come back in the future, I can refer to it and see what happened the previous time. So it's just a useful way of tracking my work, I guess. Not that you probably wanted to know that, but you know, let me know what your systems are like. If you're freelance, I think we all have these systems, don't we? And I think sometimes, I don't know, sometimes they can be really complicated, and sometimes I think simple is best, which is why I still use my paper diary as well as my digital one. So yeah, I've been cracking on with all of that. I've been planning my content. I've also got some other little admin-y jobs to do. I need to record a load of packed lunch clips before they come off More 4, because they expire after a while, don't they? So I need to get all my clips of appearances from Steph's Packed Lunch recorded and archived, because these are things that just disappear in the future, and I'd like to have those for memories, and you know, they can be useful in the future. I've also been going through my finances a little bit. I'm going to be working with the current account switch service, who I've worked with before, and I'm really excited to be working with them again and explain to people how easy it is to switch your current account. But also I have been looking at my own as well, and actually found out that I could upgrade mine really easily. So not even a big switch, but actually within the bank that I'm already with, there was some other options that worked out better for me, that meant I was going to get some cash back on supermarket spending and utility bills and an interest rate if there's money in the account and that sort of thing. They've also got some good regular savers, so I opened up one of those, so you can just save a certain amount a month. It can be a small amount to a larger amount, and the interest on that's quite good. I feel like it's been quite a long time since interest rates have been kind of much for savings accounts, so if you haven't looked at those recently and you're wanting to save some money for something, it might be a good time to have a little look at those as well. And it was really easy to do, by the way. I just opened one with the bank that I'm already with, and I was just able to do it through my online banking, and it was open within 10 minutes. So I could set up a direct debit for amount to go into it, and that can be like a nice little pot then towards a holiday or something. I've also been clearing out the kitchen, so I have emptied all of the kitchen cupboards, put the food out on the sides and on the open shelving so I can see what I've got. So I've got all the tins out, I've got packets out, I've got things like any bits of breakfast cereal that needs to be eaten up, and any bags of porridge oats, they're all out, so I'm just eating those for breakfast rather than going out and buying bread. I'm basically eating my way through the freezer, the fridge, and the cupboards, and the snack jars, and any leftover Christmas food, rather than going out and doing a supermarket shop this week. The meals are quite random. I've kind of enjoyed just making up the random meals, and actually going through the freezer as well. I've got things like frozen vegetables in there that I think they're fine, but they do need to be eaten up after a while, don't they, when things are in the freezer? You think that's been in there for quite some time now. So yeah, I'm working my way through my food, making the random meals, and yeah, just saving a bit of cash by not going to the supermarket. Literally the only thing that I've bought is milk to make tea and coffee with, and everything else, no bread. I'm just having things like packet rice instead, or whatever it is, with some random bits of like frozen broccoli, whatever I can find. I'm just whacking it all together. The slow cooker and the air fryer are my friends when it comes to cooking, and yeah, a bit of seasoning and I am good to go. Sorry about my voice, I'm still definitely not quite there yet. I'm gonna have a quick sip of the coffee. And with not spending in mind, I've also been utilising kind of any free memberships or any existing memberships that I've already got. So I've been in the library, I've been having a good look at all of their books. I'm about to get some new books out. I did all my returns, so I'm up to date with all my library stuff. But they are back open, and just a lovely place to go as well. It's warm. If your house is cold and you don't want to put the heating on, go to your local library and investigate the books that they have, because they've got some fab ones. And also, I've noticed that they have got some really new books in there as well. Speaking of which, I've got something very exciting to share with you at the end of the video, so do stay tuned for that. I've also been, well, I nearly said I've also been, I haven't been. I have also got on my list of places to go that are free if you have the membership already, and that is the gym. Now, I haven't been back to the gym yet, but it is on my list to go back to when I'm feeling better. I want to head down there. I think in the evenings. I actually prefer evening workouts or afternoon workouts depending on my schedule, but I do want to get back into it, and I also want to get back into my evening swimming, which can be not so appealing in the winter. I find that in the summertime I'm really into it, and you know, when it's really hot outside, especially when we get the heat waves in London, I'm down that pool all the time. But wintertime I tend to fall out of the habit, so it's something that I pay for, so I've got the membership and I'm going to use that instead of, I don't know, anything else, instead of spending money basically. And then also I've got cinema tickets to use that I've bought, I bought them as part of the membership. So I've got cinema tickets to use up, so I'm going to be going to the cinema more while we've got these cold winter nights. I went last night to the cinema. I went to see The Boy and the Heron, which is the new Ghibli film. I love my Ghibli films. I know some of you are fans of the Studio Ghibli movies as well. And if you've never seen one before, they are Japanese anime, and they're beautiful and they're bonkers. So they're proper like films that you can just escape into. They're always like fantasy and, well, reality mixed with fantasy. And they're just really beautifully written and the music's fab, the scenery, the painted scenery is beautiful. So just really nice films to escape into. And I really enjoyed this one. It felt like the old school ones, some of the older ones. So if you're a Ghibli fan, I do recommend it. And I also really want to go and see the new Wonka film as well. So that's high on my list. So I think I'll be going to see that one next. I'm also going through any kind of vouchers and air miles at the moment as well. Anything that could potentially expire. I always do this at this time of year and just go through any little bits in my wallet. So whether it's a good time to empty out your purse, if you've got any vouchers that you can use up, or if you've got any digital ones, maybe you've got some that have come into your inbox that you haven't got around to using yet. Maybe you've got like your Tesco Club card ones that are still stuck on the fridge. And I'm just making a point of using them up, because if I don't do it at this time of year, they end up just sitting on the fridge behind a fridge magnet or in a fruit bowl, or if they're digital ones, they get forgotten about. So I'm just going through that as kind of part of my admin and looking at them, and also looking at some adventures for the year ahead. So I have got some air miles to be using, so I think I can actually go quite far with those. So that's really exciting, and they haven't expired. I had to find this particular login, and you know, sometimes you've just lost track, haven't you, and forgotten what you've got. And I've got quite a decent amount with Virgin, so hopefully I'll be able to go somewhere exciting with those. And then the other thing I'll probably be doing in the evening is watching the TV. There's the new Traitors on BBC, which I'll probably end up watching. I did really enjoy the Traitors. It's a reality show, if you've never heard of it before, and a pretty good one actually. I think it's one of the best reality shows that we've had here in the UK for a very long time. And it kind of reminded me of like the really early days of Big Brother. So I think it's because it's new. I think with any TV show, when it's brand new and people don't know exactly what they're going into, it's always the best, isn't it? And then the later series are never quite as good. Although saying that, sometimes second, third seasons are really good too, aren't they? So I think it'll definitely be worth a watch still. And I think that's BBC, isn't it? And then also there's a Netflix drama. It's a drama thriller, and it's starring Michelle Keegan. I've forgotten what it's called, but you'll know what I'm talking about, or just Google that. And yeah, that's meant to be really amazing. Everybody is talking about it, and everybody has highly rated that, and I haven't got around to watching that one yet. So I think I'll be popping that one on later on, up in the loft, while I take the Christmas decorations down slowly. I'm not rushing it, I want to organise them all. And the thing I want to do is get out on my bike as well when I'm feeling 100% again. That is waiting for me to go on some bike rides. Also when the weather improves, because let's face it, it has not been the one. There has been so much rain here. The roof garden is looking okay. I know some of you have been asking me about that over on Instagram, and I have shared a couple of snaps of the roof garden on my Instagram stories. I've given it a bit of a tidy up out there. I have thinned it out. You will have seen before it got patched up, because there has been the big leak, which has been fixed, but I've still got a little bit of work to do around the edging. I want to put some nice tape on, just make sure everything's really nice and in order. But out there is looking a whole lot better. And it is thinned out. Luke had some of the plants before Christmas time, and it has thinned out the space a little bit more, and yeah, it's just looking a lot better out there actually now that I've swept up all the leaves and given it a bit of a tidy. But the storm came, didn't it? So all the pots I kind of arranged were getting blown over, so I had to kind of like push them all to the sides and push everything back. So there will be some work to do out there, but that's going to be as the weather improves, when things start to dry up a little bit. And as we head into springtime, I'll definitely get back out into the roof garden and share some roof garden updates with you as everything starts to bloom again out there. And I've got a few projects around the home I want to be getting on with. I've got a few little tweaks, little easy things I want to do, like hanging some artwork, little things I want to move around a little bit, and also some slightly bigger projects. I want to look at flooring for this room. It's been a long time since these carpets were put down. I think it's over 10 years now, so I think it's time for a little bit of an upgrade in here. And I've still got to finish the ensuite bathroom makeover, which I haven't forgotten about, so that is on my list as we head into spring. He says that, let's hope it's not going to be next Christmas, the way things go here sometimes. I will be getting on with that one, I promise you. You can hold me accountable for that. So yeah, I'm just planning things for around the home, and I'm also planning some adventures for the year ahead as well. I definitely want to do some more travels, film some more travel inspiration, as well as lots of home videos for 2024. There should be lots of exciting adventures coming too. And as promised, to finish the video, I've got something very exciting to share with you as well. We have the first ever official Sort Your Life Out book, which has just been released this week. And I know this is something that lots of you have been asking about, so I'm really excited to share this with you. So Stacey, Dilly, Rob and I have pulled together all of our top tips and tricks from throughout the series that you've been watching so far and put them all into this book. 3 steps to transform your home and change your life. I mean, how cool is that? I'm so excited to be a part of this book, and I will leave it linked for you in the description box in case you'd like to get a copy for yourself. And the new series of Sort Your Life Out should be on in spring sometime. I don't have an exact date yet, but I've heard whispers of February, so I'll keep you updated on here and also on my social media, so you won't miss that when it does start. But yeah, that is probably it for this one. I feel like it's been a right old ramble, so thanks for sticking with me to the end if you have done, and do give the video a thumbs up if it was at all helpful to you. I hope I've given you some ideas for January within this video. Let me know how you're getting on in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. And don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss my next upload, which I think might be a mini adventure. So do stay tuned for that one. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.